This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska.
Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight. Good evening and welcome to Monday during this whatever it's called, I can't even say it anymore. It's a Corona. There you go. Well, how could you possibly not say it after saying it straight for like 3 months? Coronavirus crisis. We are so happy to have you. We are in for a great show tonight. We've got a group out of Platte County, another Columbus band. I don't know what it is in Columbus, but there are just a lot of really good musicians that call the Loop and the Platte home. And right now we've got a band ready to go called 4-4 Jazz, and you're going to hear some great music. Everything from the 30s to the late 90s, or I should say late 80s. So there's going to be a variety of music. You're going to really enjoy the show. First of all, let's take care of a little house business tonight. We want to thank our sponsors, the University of Nebraska Medical Center, Medica, a brand new health insurance option in Nebraska, and of course, Black Hills Energy. Second, thank you so much for all of the letters that you have sent us. Because of your letters, we are booking some of the bands that have been the most popular so far on Quarantine Tonight. Just a little nugget or two for you. Coming up this Friday, Jim Casey, Bob Hupp, and the Smoke Ring return to News Channel Nebraska at 8 p.m. Central. They had a great showing several Friday nights ago. We wanted to save them for a Friday night, and they will be back. We're going to try a new polka band on Thursday night, and next week, I got your message loud and clear. The Prodigal Sons from Ponca were a huge hit, and they are going to come back for another performance next week on News Channel Nebraska. The best way for you to tell us what you want to see on this variety show, which is owned by the viewers, is for you to let us know by sending us a letter. We'll show you the address coming up here in a little bit. You can send us a letter. We read and really try to understand everything you're telling us by getting the best acts, the best performers to make your coronavirus experience as positive as it can be. This show is nothing without you, and we start here another week with all sorts of acts. We've got, of course, 4-4 Jazz tonight. You're going to enjoy what you're about to hear. 2 hours of four men that are going to put on a show for you. We just watched them warming up here. You're going to enjoy it. Tomorrow night, a woman from Omaha with a beautiful voice. We're going to tell you all about her. Polka on Thursday, and of course, Jim Casey and the Smoke Ring with Bob Hupp and Doug Spidell, and who knows who's all coming. We'll clear the runway for them on Friday night. Another Northeast Nebraska band. Right now, though, as we do every night, let's open tonight's show with a prayer.
Hello, I am Reverend Michael Schmidt of the Nebraska City First Christian Church, here to offer our prayer for quarantine tonight. Let us pray. O God, we come to you in this time asking, seeking, desiring your comfort, your hope, your understanding, your wisdom and your counsel. We come to you in this time knowing that everything that is needed will be provided and that all that is asked for will be given as it is in your will. We trust that you have a plan for this day and for the days to come. We ask that we would understand that plan and that we would know how to live into it. We ask that you would give us all that we need so that we may be helpful to others. And we ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor Schmitz, and everybody in Nebraska City for setting that up. We do need help with our pastors, meaning we need more prayers. We need a lot more prayers in this nation. We need more prayers on this show. So if you could talk your pastor into it, call him or her tonight. Take a video and send it to the News Channel Nebraska Facebook page. We'd like to see them from across the state. I'm going to issue a special challenge to people in McCook, Holdridge, North Platte, and Alliance tonight. All right, let's get down to business. We've got 4-4 Jazz here. 4 guys that started playing 2011, 2012. They've nominated this gentleman as their lead singer tonight. Please introduce yourself and your band.
My name is Stuart Gosman. I am, the saxophone player and also the singer, I guess, as it turns out tonight. But playing piano back here, we have Keith Burkett with us. And over here on the drums is Tom Pennington. And on the bass over there, Jan Zara.
Now, what is it with Columbus? They seem to have more fun in Columbus than most towns. I married into Columbus, and I was always like, why do they have so much fun down here? A lot of bands come out of Columbus. What's that about?
You know, it's a good music town. You know, honestly, we've had, if you went to school in Columbus, you know, like there is some of the best music education staff in the state in Columbus.
Well, yes, we've had a whole a cappella group full of music teachers.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Who actually originated from Tilden, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, you know, everything good does kind of run through the Elkhorn River and then gets down to the Platte River and everything else. But, hey, tonight, tell us what we're in for music-wise. You've got some great stuff.
Yeah, music-wise, we do have some great stuff. We've got some good old standard jazz tunes that, you know, you're going to love. You know, like you said, everything from, you know, the 30s up until the late 80s. We've got some rock tunes. I'm going to sing some Queen, even, if you can fathom that.
I love that. And a patriotic song, which
Yes,
we really
yep.
appreciate.
Yep, we are going to do that as well. So we're going to run the gamut here tonight.
So you're going to be doing the talking, but who should we pick on the most behind you here? We know we got a Butler County, David City guy sitting over there.
Yeah, he's good to pick on.
But he's the one that married into Wausau, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, we'll deal with him. And his father-in-law is watching at the Wausau Assisted Living Center, so we better be on our best behavior tonight. So.
Yes, that's true. His father-in-law is celebrating his 90th birthday last week, April 16th, Dale Wamberg. 90th birthday, so that's kind of a big special occasion. You know, we're all happy to know that he's out there watching, and we just wanted to say happy birthday, Whitey.
And he's going to be on his special behavior tonight for your father-in-law. All right, and who do we have? You've introduced everybody, but these two guys don't need any ribbon tonight?
I don't know. They can always use some ribbon. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see how they play. Well, let's get to it. It's 8:07. You're watching Quarantine Tonight. Thank you again for spending your evening with us. We'll tell you about how you can get a hold of us, about our great week of music, and this is 4-4 Jazz on NCN.
All right, we're going to start off the evening with a Thelonious Monk tune called Straight No Chaser. One, two, three. All right, yeah, that was Straight No Chaser. We're going to move on. We're going to do a ballad tune. We're going to get right into some slow stuff, too. In 1954, the Errol Garner Trio introduced the instrumental Misty. It was a year later that Johnny Burke penned the lyrics, creating the song that we know today. Misty remained relatively unknown until Johnny Mathis popularized the vocal version with his million-selling recording record in 1959. Although it was never a #1 hit, Misty has been performed by hundreds of instrumentalists and vocalists. Okay, I'm going to put down my saxophone for this next one and see what happens here. I'm going to need a sip of water for my vocal cords. This is a 1931 tune. It's recognizable, I'm sure, to a lot of you. It is called All of Me. One, two, three. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm nowhere without you? And take my lips, I need to lose them. And take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Keith Burkett on the piano. Keith, everybody's watching. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? And take my lips, I need to lose them. And take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of why not take all of why not take all of me? Thank you for that. That was All of Me. Now we got a Duke Ellington tune from 1953. It's called Satin Doll.
was great. You guys are sounding great. Now, how have you to do this together? I got to get my microphone over here. I somehow, between your first song and this song, have misplaced my wireless microphone. I don't know where I've all been. But, you know, it's a Monday night. Doesn't it feel like a Monday night? You guys sound great. Now, how often do you get to play together?
You know, we play together quite a bit, actually, normally, because we are all part of the Columbus Jazz Orchestra, as well as...
Now, how many total members are in that?
You know, it varies from time to time, but it's, yeah, like around 17 right now. So we've had as many as 20 some in it. You know, it just depends on how many trumpet players show up that night. You know.
And how did you get into jazz?
I got into jazz pretty early on because I was exposed to it quite a bit. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, and so there was always, you know, more of a culture for it when I was going to school there. And you know, the Chicago Jazz Festival every year, and you know, everything, like there was a lot of good acts that came through, and it was more a part of the culture in the school system, you know, I guess, than in some other places, you know. And we always had a good jazz band.
So you brought jazz to Nebraska, basically.
You
brought it with you.
I would not credit myself with that at all.
You're
not
like
at all.
You are to Columbus what Al Gore was to the internet. How about that? In jazz.
Probably about as much to do with it now.
These guys got a charge out of that. All right, tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to find my microphone. We're going to come back. We're going to do Mike's mailbag and give me a little taste of what's coming up next set. You've got some great songs here.
Next set we're going to start off with America the Beautiful.
Thank you.
Which, you know, right now this is our country, and we are proud to be a part of it, and we, you know, while we can't stand too close together, we're always united, you know, and that's something that we want to. And
our audience appreciates it. I get so many comments from people that say they love the patriotic song, because you see it when we send out our thing, it says, please include one patriotic song, and it has gone so far with so many people, especially now, and all you hear is negative, 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 and then you can turn on the TV at night and listen to something so positive.
Yep.
So
it is important to have some good positivity right now.
You better be careful. You're going to end up coming back once a week to this show. You're gonna be at this undisclosed location way more than you can tell anybody about.
Way more than we could tell anybody ever about. Yes. So, and you know, we've got some good old tunes, other tunes too. You know, coming up we got some, you know, Dizzy Gillespie tunes, some Miles Davis stuff. You know, some really good stuff coming up.
People, do not miss it. We'll be right back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight. I'm your host, Mike Flood, and coronavirus. There, I said it 3 times. I couldn't get that word out of my mouth earlier tonight when we were just starting the show, and gosh knows, you get all the news you want during the day, and the point of this show is to relax, to bring a smile to your face, and just enjoy the talents of people from across the state. And one of the things that we've really enjoyed is hearing from our viewers and finding out where they're at, and it helps us schedule the bands so that we know kind of the variety you want. We pride ourselves on having different acts each night, and you kind of have to mine them out of the woodwork. A lot of them aren't even thinking about gigs right now because they've been so used to gigs getting shut down across the state. So we have to go find the ones that our audience likes. We know you like jazz, but let's take a dive into Mike's mailbag tonight. Watch this little video we made up. See, isn't that nice? I got my own little truck there. Thank you very much, Will, for that. Let's get to our first letter here in the mailbag. And this one comes from Columbus, a town that has been responding very well to Quarantine Tonight. The staff at NCN did a fantastic job with Polka Time. That was the fastest 2.5 hours all week. Music was great, and we also enjoyed the videos of people and the young ones dancing. Thank you, Leo and Rose from Columbus. Appreciate that. Here's one from Wayne. Donna, she writes, thank you for thinking of us with Leo Lonnie's wonderful music. It was a good break for those of us who love polka. When he played that button accordion, it made me think of my dad, who passed away many years ago. I tried to call my friends to watch the music, but their answer was, I already have it on. Does it get any better for News Channel Nebraska than that? And then our final letter from the mailbag tonight comes from Roseanne in Omaha. She says that NCN's Quarantine Tonight is a silver lining from the pandemic, every weekday evening for the past 2 weeks. She's had it on. These variety programs are the highlight and good news of the day. She liked Angie Kriz and Mark Villadal. What is it with these polka fans all over the state? Thank you so much for the planning and production of Quarantine Tonight. So we are so thankful for your letters. Here's the address if you want to send that to us. We try to do, because of this mail, we try to do one polka band a week. And this week, our polka night is on Thursday. Let's show that address real quick. If you have a band you'd like to see or you'd like to give us some feedback on News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight, send us a letter. I know nobody else on TV wants a letter. We like the letters. We read every single one of them, and they help us understand what you want to hear. We have gotten so many letters about jazz, and that's why we have 4 Jazz out of Columbus tonight. And they're going to start with a patriotic song. Every night we try to do one patriotic song, and I think, are you doing America the Beautiful? Is that your song?
That is correct, yeah.
That is the first time we've had America the Beautiful. It's usually God Bless America. And so 4 Jazz in Columbus is bringing some change and some variety to Quarantine Tonight. And by the way, I'm supposed to let you know from a source inside this room, your wife is having a watch party on Facebook. So
Fantastic.
be careful. Now, all your friends can comment on you all night long.
All night long.
That's
Yeah,
why I
yes.
like the mail, is you just get one comment. You don't get 50 comments. No, that's great. So, America the Beautiful, you're watching News Channel Nebraska with 4 Jazz, a group out of Columbus on NCN.
Thank you very much. That was, of course, America the Beautiful. You know, it is beautiful. You know, America being a part of a free nation, it's a wonderful thing. And there's plenty of people that can't say that, and we're lucky that we can. So we're going to move on here and play a Dizzy Gillespie tune. It's called Night in Tunisia. Dizzy Gillespie wrote Night in Tunisia in 1942 while he and Charlie Parker were members of the Earl Hines Band. Although this song is sometimes called A Night in Tunisia, the proper title is Night in Tunisia, and the song appears as the title track of some 30 albums and is included in over 500 albums currently. In January of 2004, the Recording Academy added Dizzy and his 1946 recording of A Night in Tunisia to the Grammy Hall of Fame. All right, that was Night in Tunisia. Next, we're going to do, well, it's a Mercer tune, but I guess it was the part of a French opera before it was a Mercer tune, but he kind of took it and rewrote all the lyrics, right, Keith? Is that what I'm understanding? It's called Autumn Leaves. It's actually going to feature Keith on a little bit of an intro solo. Thank you, Keith. And now I think, sometime earlier I said I would sing a Queen tune. And that is just what I'm about to do here, so you'll have to forgive me later. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then I guess I will beg forgiveness. You know, it's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. Isn't that what they say about these sort of things? So here it is. Freddie Mercury tune called Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Well, this thing I call love, well, I can't handle it, this thing I call love. I must get around to it, I ain't ready, and crazy little thing called love. Well, this thing called love, it cries in a cradle all night, it swings, it jives, it shakes all over like a jellyfish. I kinda like it, a crazy little thing called love. Well, there goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hot and cold fever. She leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. Gotta be cool, relax, get hit, get on my tracks, take a back seat, hitchhike, take a long ride on a motorbike until I'm ready. Crazy little thing called love. Well, this thing called love, well, I can't handle it, this thing called love. I must get around to it, I ain't ready. And crazy little thing called love. 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 That's some Queen, and I'm sorry.
Well, I think that was just fine to me.
Well, I
Have you ever heard the rest of us sing? That was really good, actually. That was really good. That was really good. Hey, that man there is a piano, what do you call that?
We call that a virtuoso.
A
is what we call
virtuoso.
that.
He's got some talent back there on that Lutheran High Northeast piano, making it sound like $1 million. Looks like $1 million. Now it sounds like $1 million.
It does. It
Good
does.
job on that. If I had my 6-foot stick here, I could talk to you, but I can't go close to you because it's coronavirus and you can't be within 6 feet of anybody,
That's right.
you know.
He does have a lapel mic on his piano.
Oh, that's right. Oh, let's do that. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more about you. This is Butler County Proud here. You are from David City.
Correct.
Your wife is in the studio audience of one tonight.
She's in the front row.
She's in. You got her the front row seats
Yep.
tonight, and I can
Cost
tell
me big
she's
bucks,
enjoying
too.
the show. So you fix these things for a living
Yes, I do.
in your day job. So tell me about that. How'd you get into that?
Back in 1990, I was looking for something else to do besides teach school, and I says, well, I've played these things and stuff. I just well fix them too.
Where were you teaching at?
Let's see. In '90, I was in Valentine.
Oh, what schools have you all taught in?
I started in Wausau, Nebraska.
And that's where your wife's from?
That's where my wife's from.
Is that where you met her?
Yes.
Was she your student?
Shh.
What? Is that possible?
Actually, we started seeing each other after she graduated. So.
Oh, well, now that we're unpacking all the deals here,
Okay, so then I was at Trainer, Iowa.
Trainer, Iowa, okay, you
Valentine
crossed the
and
river.
David City.
Did I not just sniff that out right there? Huh? So, okay, you went to Trainer, Iowa.
Right, and then Valentine, and then David City.
And then David City. David City Public or Aquinas?
Public.
Okay. And in 90, you said, I'm trading in the classroom for the piano full-time.
Correct.
And you got in, started fixing these things. And are you doing this every day, Monday through Friday?
Yeah. When I retired in 2011, then this became my full-time job again, and it's
You love it?
6 days a week. So
6 days a week.
some days, some
And
weeks.
how often do you play?
How
Every
often
day,
do I
obviously.
play?
But I mean, for fun. How often do you play for fun?
I usually play some church services at our church, and so I play anywhere once, twice a day to 4 or 5 days, 6 days a week or so.
And how many years you been married to your lovely wife?
It'd be 37.
37
Will
years.
be 37, yeah.
Oh, 37 or 47?
30.
Okay. What grade was she in when you started teaching her? She's back there with a big smile on her face. So you married her right out of Wausau. That's great.
Yep.
And her dad's watching tonight at the Care Center.
Correct.
He just celebrated his 90th birthday a week
Right.
and a half ago. His name again?
Dale Wamberg.
Dale Wamberg, and he's got everybody at the Wausau Assisted Living Center watching tonight. Is that right?
Yep.
That's great. Well, this is 4-4 Jazz, a group. Oh, there's your wife. She's featured there on camera. You can't really see her. She's hiding there in the darkness that is the back of this undisclosed location. We've got more. What's up next? Next set.
Yeah, we've got some good more coming up here. There's Miles Davis. I mentioned him before. We're actually going to do a Nirvana tune.
Of all
If you can-
things.
can
of all-
believe that?
You,
Yeah,
not
so-
often do you go from Duke Ellington to Nirvana in the same show.
Not in the same show, let alone the same set. This is
This is a true variety
Right,
show,
yeah.
and we'll be right back with more. You're watching Quarantine Tonight. Want to thank our sponsors. We have University of Nebraska Medical Center, Black Hills Energy, and of course Medica, a brand new health insurance option in the state of Nebraska. You'll be learning more and more about it on this show. You're watching NCN. We'll be right back.
Norfolk.
Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight. I'm your host, Mike Flood, and we have a wonderful show that you're watching tonight on News Channel Nebraska. It's called 4-4 Jazz. This group, these guys out of Columbus, Nebraska, and they have just been putting on a wonderful show. I want to talk for a second about this horn that you're dealing with here. I was just checking it out. We were talking during the break. Now, you grew up in the south, or the outside the suburbs of Chicago?
yeah, the suburbs there. In
Okay.
Chicago, yep.
And your dad got this when he was a junior in high school. What do you think? What year do you think this is? Tell me about this. This
Horn, yeah, actually, I'm not sure what year it was when my dad got it. It was when he was in high school playing it.
Sure.
But this horn is, it's 70-year-old horn. It was manufactured, either 1949, 1950 in that time frame. It's a Busher 400, and it's one of the good oldies. One of the really good old horns. That like people talk about and want. And I just kind of dumbed into it. I got lucky. My dad bought it used when he was in high school, and I think my aunt played it. My older sister played it, and it finally wound up in my hands, and I just kept it.
So, when you're a broadcaster, the brand new microphones come out. You got to have one. But when you're a musician and you get your dad's horn, you wouldn't trade this for anything, would you?
No, I certainly would
this is
not.
part of the family now.
Yep, it is, and it's been in the family for a good long time too. So it's,
Isn't it amazing how those instruments keep? I mean, we've had folks come on this show and they say, "Well, I bought this brand new in 1965," and they're not
Yeah.
going to part with it. That's their.
right. Yep, that's definitely the way this is for me. It's a sound that you can't replicate. And they've tried to make horns that look and sound like old horns, but it's never the same. Try as hard as they may. And there's a lot of guys that play on, reference 54 horns and try to emulate that sound, but there's just nothing as good as a good old Mark VI or a Busher 400 in my mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 4-4 Jazz. You're watching News Channel Nebraska Quarantine Tonight. The music continues.
We're gonna kick it off here with a Latin tune. It's a Kenny Dorham tune. It's called Blue Bossa. So now I keep mentioning Miles Davis because he's a name, right? Trumpet player, everybody knows him. He did a whole bunch of really good jazz, and then, he did a whole bunch of really good funk. He got into some pretty nitty-gritty stuff there in the late 70s and 80s. Like, he did some awesome stuff, but this is a tune of his that's from the 50s. It's a good old Davis tune. This one's called 4. All right, so Miles Davis on a saxophone. It's all right. It's all good. But now I'm going to put the saxophone down again, and I'm going to sing something for you. This is a tune. It's a Van Heusen tune. It's from 1960. It's called "But Beautiful." Love is funny, or it's sad, or it's quiet, or it's mad. It's a good thing, or it's bad, but beautiful. Beautiful to take a chance, and if by chance you fall, and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind at all. Love is fearful, or it's gay. It's a problem, or it's play. It's a heartache, either way, but beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be but beautiful, I know. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be but beautiful, I know. So, now for something completely different. We're going to play About a Girl. And it is a tune by Nirvana, written by vocalist and guitarist Kurt Cobain. It's the third song on their debut album, Bleach, which was released in June of 1989. But more importantly to me, and probably a lot of other people, a live acoustic version of this song was recorded during MTV Unplugged in November of 1993. And to promote the full album of the performance, a single was released, and it was the first single since Kurt Cobain's death in 1994. And this song about a girl reached #1 on Billboard's Modern Rock chart and number 22 on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. This is About a Girl.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nirvana, who would have guessed? 4-4 Jazz, you're watching News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Black Hills Energy, University of Nebraska Medical Center, and Medica. That one came out of the blue when you look at your song list, but you did very, very well with it. That was you inspired that song. You brought that to the table tonight.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a tune that in high school, that was 94. And I was in high school, man, and Nirvana was the bomb. They were the one. And when they had this MTV Unplugged thing was a real deal, man. And I
you fell for that hook, line, and sinker,
like
yeah.
Yep. So that's where it was. So when I just whatever. I just thought it would be a good tune to play, and these guys were kind of like, I don't know, but then we played it.
He got you right in there. He got you all. You sounded great.
They did like it. So.
Hey, real quick, this band performs a lot, especially in the Columbus area. But if somebody's watching you tonight and they're saying, hey, we need to get them at our event, where can they go to find out more about 4-4 Jazz? Now, when we say 4-4 Jazz, the way they actually spell it out, when it's in text, is 4, the number 4-4. Oh, like on screen, like you'd see it right there.
You see it right there, 4-4 Jazz. Yeah,
4-4 Jazz.
It's kind of how you would write it if it were a time signature.
Okay.
Which is not to say that we only play songs that are in 4. Although I believe tonight maybe we have only played songs that are in 4, but we don't always. But if you wanted to get a hold of us, we have a Facebook page, and it's just it's just 4-4 Jazz. Also, they can call Keith Burkett.
I've got his number right here.
Or they could call me as well. So
Keith's in David City.
Yep.
at 402-367-2207. Obviously, leave a message tonight because he's a little busy. And he's here with his spouse, so there's probably nobody.
It's shut off too, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah, he's got it on him. Oh, obviously. So,
But it's
and
off.
It's off right now. And so you'd be open to some more dates. Somebody was saying you're playing county fairs, and some of the county fairs are even canceling.
Yes. Actually, it is kind of unfortunate. We've had a good gig, a yearly gig at the Nance County Fair that has had some, because of, a lot of different issues, but obviously not.
The least of which is coronavirus.
Coronavirus, exactly. Yeah. So this is a thing, this year that maybe we and like a lot of musicians are not working. There are a lot of musicians out there that are not working. Just because their livelihood depends on being able to be in places that are crowded with people. So this is actually, a time if you were, available or able to support
or had your own reality show.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Or a virtual show, yeah.
So this is, it's a good time to actually reach out to musicians and, maybe do online lessons and do things like this. I know a bunch of my friends are trying to, struggle along with being a professional, full-time musician, and it's bad enough when there are gigs to play, and now there's not. So it's a good idea now to reach out. You ever wanted to learn to play the guitar? You ever wanted to learn to play anything? All of this stuff can be done, and I don't know if anybody had stock in Zoom before this whole thing happened, but they would be happy right now, and it's a good medium for
and what's
getting
interesting
over this stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of musicians out there that have expressed interest in coming on this show, and a lot of them, especially in the metro areas, will say, "Hey, can I just do it online, or can I do it on Zoom?" I've said, I think you'd be great for this show, but part of the deal, and I think people like it, is that you've got to be here in the flesh. And part of it is that people watching television, I think at home, like to see humans interact personally. And if it were only that easy that we could just go on Zoom and have everybody come on, it's not the same as you being here in this undisclosed location.
No, it is definitely not the same. And even we were talking on the break that it's weird for us as a group standing here right now this far apart from each other. We're usually kind of clumped together, close together, and it's kind of.
I really want to get that microphone over to him because I have lots of questions for that drummer, but he's successfully evaded me so far tonight. Yeah.
He's good at that.
Silent Tom? I don't think so. He sounds
Silent
great on the
Tom.
drums. Hey, thank you so much for watching. This is News Channel Nebraska. We've got another set coming up with a couple more songs. Give us a little preview of what's coming up around the break.
We got some Wes Montgomery coming up. He was a guitar player. I've got another vocal tune that is quarantine themed.
Oh.
So that's kind of going to be interesting. And then we're going to close it out with another Miles Davis tune because, we love that guy.
You do love Miles Davis. Well, we'll take it. We will take it. Couple things here. We have talked about it all show, and we encourage you to do it. Send us a note. Let us know you're watching. Let us know what you like, what you want to hear. And the reason I offer this is we're kind of at a crossroads with quarantine tonight. We started this basically at the beginning of quarantine thinking it would go for a couple weeks. It would be something to do. We had no idea that people would enjoy the live music as much as they have. And so we're kind of at that spot where we're trying to figure out what we as a television network do next, because we've actually benefited from the generosity of the people who own this facility here. And I know that at some point they're going to want their place back, and we're trying. My kids are probably worn out. They've been working the cameras every day. My youngest says to me, "Dad, we have our own Netflix series. This is our 25th show."
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
It sounds like we've gone a lot, but there aren't a lot of original shows like that in a row. And so by letting you tell us what you want. Is this something you continue to watch? I mean, imagine for a second that everybody goes back to work, the kids go back to their activities, you're at the softball field. I don't know if that's going to happen and when it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen someday. And our question is, should we keep doing this program? And we need to hear from you. We need to hear from places like Alliance and North Platte and, all the different towns that are in western Nebraska as well, because this isn't just a show that's along one of the rivers in eastern Nebraska. I can't really go into any more detail than that, but at some point I'm going to show everybody exactly where we're at behind the scenes. But as musicians, I think that just watching these folks come in and set up their stuff and get their instruments out, for me, I'd be kind of panic-ridden. I'd be like, oh, I'm playing an instrument, because I'm not a musician, but I see like a sense of peace inside these musicians when they come in, they set up and they play. This is what you like to do.
Yeah, this is where we're at home. You know, behind our horns, behind our drum sets or pianos or axes, basses, right, Jan?
I don't know how, I've only got a 3-foot span here, but are you hanging in over there?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
This is a businessman during the day, runs a business in Columbus, and he's on the bass at night. And how many years you been doing this?
Oh boy, since 1975.
1975. So it's a passion for you as well. All right, we're going to hear more from this great group here in just a moment. You're watching News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight. We'll be back after these messages. Quarantine Tonight continues. It's 4/4 Jazz from Columbus on NCN.
We're going to do a Wes Montgomery tune here to start off this last set of ours. It's a tune called 4 on 6. It appeared on his album, The Incredible Jazz Guitar of Wes Montgomery. And that album was considered and is considered, I guess, by many fans and critics to be the pinnacle of Montgomery's recorded studio work. The Penguin Guide to Jazz selected this album as part of its suggested core collection, calling it, quote, probably the best Montgomery record currently available. We're on 6, and next we're going to do a John Coltrane tune called Blue Train.
One, two, one, two.
Uh-oh, he's putting down his saxophone again. Means he's going to sing something. This is a special tune that was designed for quarantine. This is a Duke Ellington tune, and it is called Don't Get Around Much Anymore. Okay. 1, 2. Missed the Saturday dance. I heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. I thought I'd visit the club. I got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. And darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, why stir up memories? Thought I'd visit the club. I lost my place here. Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. That's the beauty of live performance, everybody. Keith Burkett. Saturday dance. I heard they crowded the floor. I couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. I thought I'd visit the club. I got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. But darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, I don't want to stir up memories. Been invited on dates. I might have gone, but what for? It's awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Don't get around much anymore. Don't get around much anymore. Quarantine special for everyone. All right, so we've got another Miles Davis tune for you. And this is going to close out our set of music. But, we're all happy to be here, and we're all happy that everybody was watching. So we're gonna do All Blues by Miles Davis. And it's not in 4. It's not in 4/4. It's in 6/8.
magic on the sax, magic on the piano, the drums, the bass. We got the whole thing here tonight. This has been a Platte County Club. Boy, I cannot say coronavirus at all to save my life. But you guys did great. Thank you on behalf of all of our viewers. Wonderful music on a Monday night, and for coming here. You couldn't have better weather to drive home. It is so dang nice outside.
Yeah, it is great. It is great. Thank you for having us here. We really, really enjoy it. This is what we love to do, and we are happy to be here performing.
You did a wonderful job. And just so you know, this is 4-4 Jazz. They're out of Columbus, and they're available. Gosh knows they got some openings now with this whole pandemic business, but they did a wonderful job for us here tonight. They like Miles Davis. They like Nirvana. They like Duke Ellington.
Yeah.
You throw it all in there, and you get a mixed bag of everything you get there, don't you? Did you enjoy doing it?
We did. We really did. Didn't we, guys? Yeah, that's right. We did. It was a lot of fun. And, yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us. You know, we love doing this. We play as often as we can. We get out there and do what we can. We're also part of the Columbus Jazz Orchestra, which is a completely volunteer organization. You know, we get together, under normal circumstances, we get together once a week and rehearse, and we play once a month at Maximus there in Columbus too, and we have a nice crowd of followers, and we really appreciate all of them, and we know that this is probably as bad for them as it is for us.
I miss their salad bar, to be honest.
Yeah. So.
All right, it's almost 10 o'clock. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. It's time now to send it back to news, and there's plenty of it from the entire day. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. The news continues now. For all of us at quarantine tonight, thank you for watching.